Somebody jumped on. Anybody give me a quick test on video and the microphone? Whoever it is. Good morning, good morning. Almost good afternoon. No. Well, maybe I'm not going to get anybody. This was just an impromptu video. Anyway, it was mainly for Jeff. Jeff had asked about the having his Social Security put directly into a Thai bank. So it just so happened that I ended up going to the bank just now. I go once a month. What I do is I break my money down that I'm going to use for the month, as you can see, into small money, because when you get here, it's also a good tip to keep small bills instead of large bills. If you go to markets, stuff like that, little vendors and stuff, they're not going to be able to break 1,000 or probably not even a 500. I usually keep 100s, 50s, and 20s. But anyway, I guess I can make this real quick for Jeff. What I found is it's called a direct deposit sign up form I got from, hopefully you can at least get the gist of it, Jeff, what it is, from Bangkok Bank. And what they said was, they said, yes, you can definitely do it. They brought out a file of somebody that had just opened one on a tourist visa. She said, you don't need anything from immigration, and you do need a certified copy of your passport. I had to get one in Bangkok when I got married, and they charged me $50 for it. But I'm imagining you could get it in the U.S. before you come. And you have that. What did you show me? Show me a certified copy of the passport, one of these forms filled out, a copy of your Social Security card, and that was about it. So I would suggest anybody, if you had the same question and you run across this video, to, when you get here, you can do it from here. Just go to the closest Bangkok bank. You got to remember, again, I'll kind of emphasize this. This was today at a certain branch in Surin at a certain time of day. You kind of get my drift. It's not tomorrow. It's not at a different branch. It's not in Bangkok. It's not in Hua Hin. It's here. So wherever you're going to be when you come, I would say just settle in, go to Bangkok Bank, and just ask them what they need, what you want to set this up, and what do I need to do this. And like I said, they told me just this form, copy of your Social Security card, the certified copy of your passport, which you get from the U.S. Embassy, which I'm gathering, again, I got mine in Bangkok for my marriage license, but I imagine you could get it in the States before you even came here. The reason I don't is because I leave money in my U.S. account. I have banking that I need to do out of that also, or I probably would have it direct deposit too. So, Jeff, I hope you get this. Anybody else that had questions about that particular deal, hopefully you run across this video. I just got back from the bank, so hopefully it helps somebody. I'm sure it'll help Jeff. Jeff, if you have any other questions, hit me up in the comments again. I just thought this would be easier. You'd be able to see what this form looked like. But she actually, like I just said previously, she actually opened up a person's file that had gotten a bank account, showed it had his copy of his passport, copy of his, showed me the copy of the Social Security card and this form. So you don't need to go, according to her, you don't need to go to immigration at this point anyway. So hopefully that helps. Like I said, Jeff was the one who asked if you need, just hit one of the comments on this video or whatever, because I think when I end this, it actually gets put up as a video. Now we got a few people here. Jeff, are you one of the people? Who's it? Andy, how you doing? I just was explaining, Andy or Jeff had asked about having his Social Security, I believe, disability deposited directly into a Thai bank, and it just so happened that that I went to the bank today. I showed it earlier. I go once a month and I get little money. I break down the money that I think I'm going to need for the month into hundreds, 50s and 20s. And it's a good thing to, once you get here, a good thing to start doing, just because if you go into small markets and stuff like that, they won't be able to break 500 or 1,000. Sometimes they have a hard time breaking 100. Depends on where you're going. So anyway, that was it. Quick video. Hopefully Jeff sees it. I think after I get off, in fact, I'm almost positive it gets posted. So, hey, doctor, how you doing, man? Yeah, so it was just a quick video. I did the banking deal. Jeff had asked about whether you could do Social Security disability directly into the account, into a Thai bank account. So I just went to the bank. So somebody wrote something. I'm blind, of course. I just hate glasses. Yeah, I know. It was definitely impromptu, I think that is. And I was there and I asked the lady. She opened up somebody's bank account and pulled out this form that was filled out. Said you don't need to go to immigration. You need a certified copy of your passport, which I got one for my marriage license in Bangkok at the embassy, but I'm imagining you could get it before you hit here. Definitely, I asked him 2 or 3 times. He's on a tourist visa, and yes, he's there on a tourist visa. So it should be no problem. And I guess that was pretty much all I had, unless anybody had any kind of questions about bank accounts or anything, actually, since I'm on right now anyway. Anybody have any questions they want to ask? I'm going to pull up my little phone so I can see the comments. If not, I'll end it and call it short and sweet. See if I'm on here. Somebody else is on. No, there I am. Somebody else is on. Yeah, let me turn off the phone here. Okay. Good intro. You like that? Quiet. You know, I actually got I think so. Like I said, it was just so long ago. I'm actually kind of glad that I got to go to the bank, because it obviously had changed. So, and it might change again before anybody that comes. But as far as I know, shouldn't have any problem. Getting a bank account should not be a problem on a tourist visa, even if the particular bank you go to or whatever they say they want this, house thing or whatever, it's as simple as going down, paying 500 baht or something, and getting it and bringing it to them. I try to stuff every time I find something new. I shove it into a giant file that I have, and whenever I go for anything, I bring the giant file. And 9 times out of 10 in the last year or so, I've had it inside there. And oh, I got that. Oh, I got that. Makes life a lot easier. But anyway, okay. There's only three of us on, so um, I will. I will. I don't know. I'll go. But like I said, I was looking for Jeff, but it was definitely, I don't know. Do you guys get notified if I go live, or do I have to put out like a notification or something? Anybody know? I thought I got notified when somebody like teacher went live or something, but I could be wrong. So who's on? Oh, how you doing, Sue? I got to put my glasses on. Like I said, I'm pretending like I can actually see. Good afternoon to you. Um, you guys can look at this little live stream afterwards. In the beginning, no one was there, so I just kind of went through what I wanted to tell. Jeff had asked about having Social Security directly deposited, and I had happened to go to the bank just now. I go once a month to get small money. I break down some money, so I have little hundreds, 50s, 20s with me. So I thought I'd just jump on a live stream and catch him. And then if he had any more questions, or if anybody has any questions, hit me up. Um, obviously, I'm not busy, but all I'm going to do now is I'm kind of anal about getting the money. I get these little packages, and now I'll spend like an hour rubber banding, lumps of 700. I usually take 700 for a day, which is usually more than enough for me, because Noe buys all the food and all that kind of stuff. I don't, if I go out and buy, I used to buy cigarettes, but I don't have to worry about that anymore. Thank God. The house, I went over there, Sue, and um, I'm a little aggravated. I'm learning how to keep myself calm. What it turns out, and what he did, I went on last night or yesterday, and I saw that he started another house. I asked my wife if he did. She said yes, and I said, "Is it local here in Surin?" And she said yes. And I told her when I got home the other day, I said, "All this steel," I said, "I think he's making it for someplace else, because we don't need the stuff that he's making." He's making pillars, and ours are all in. And he's making stuff that was in the ground. And it just so happened the other one just did their ceremony yesterday. So anyway, I calmed down real quick. It's about there's like 3 people there working. They're up on top. They're putting steel in for the second floor. But he's just trying to, make everything go. I won't get upset. I'll probably let her tell him that, hey, I don't want things to stop. I want to move as soon as possible. So, I know he's got to make money. I'm not really worried about it. It's only 3 days, but he is smart, because all the steel bending equipment, everything was right on my job site. So it'd be kind of stupid to pick up all that stuff and move it when he still needed to make steel for my house. So I'm sure he just bent up, and half the people worked on whatever I was going to need, and half the people bent the steel for the other place. So, but it's going, it's kicking along. I'm sure that he'll have his spurts here and there on getting stuff done. He'll all of a sudden they'll jump on it and go like gangbusters. But I'm not worried yet. But I'm just want to voice my myself to him through my wife, which is the smarter way to do it, I think. But it's going. It's going. I didn't even video anything when I was over there, because they only got up like a couple of extra pieces of steel. So I'll go. I know we'll go tomorrow because she's off. She'll want to go see the house. And then she's got all sorts of stuff coming today. I'm surprised she didn't take off today. She's got like 10, 12, 14 long stem rose bushes coming to house here that I guess I bought for her. I vaguely remember something, but she's really excited about those long stem roses. She said, "Oh, I can sell them." Okay. They're fun. Thai people are the greatest people in the world. I mean, they can make 5 or 10 baht, they go and do it because that's a lot of money to them. They they uh, they want and need the money. Like I was saying the other day, they're people in the United States. They automatically something happens to them and they got their hand out. Please, government, give me money, give me money. They don't have the option, which probably makes a difference. But they're down there. They can catch 2 or 3 fish. They can feed their family. If they catch 4, they can sell it and buy rice, or they can grow rice. They're not afraid of work. That's for sure. Um, it's very enlightening to see. I really like this culture. What did I miss? So said hello to Andy. Is there a time frame? Yeah, it's supposed to be done in July. He said he thought he would be able to have it done by the end of June. So that's what I'm going to semi hold him to. I won't hold him to anything as long as he's moving along and gets it done. What I kind of want to do is the kids are going to be here. April, January, February, March, April or May for 2 months. So I told Noah, I said, I want them to be involved with moving. I want them to, go through. They've never moved into a new home. They're so excited they can't talk, So I want them to be part of moving. I want to move as a family, As soon as I got married to her, and even before that, blood matters to a certain extent, except when it comes to children. If I'm with somebody that has children, I love them. I love the children. I love the family. They have my 110% backing, financially, loving, whatever it takes. No one will hurt them. I will do anything. So I want them to be involved in moving because I know they'll be super excited. They're getting to pick their own paint and pick their own floor, and they're getting to be semi involved. Hey Tom, how you doing? I think just because it's easier, Tom. Um, I think it's just easier. They don't have to worry about it. Me, at least right now, I don't really need to tie up money in Thailand. Um, Maybe at some point when if I, get a little bit on the older side, even though I'm old now, then maybe I would think, but I don't know. When I went down this time, we had asked about a marriage visa. He said he could do it, but it would be kind of a pain in the ass if we want to do it next year and come in earlier, and he would help us through the process. And then, like you got there, the 400. I think I only have to have 400K in there, but I probably still wouldn't do it. Let's see. Do they really? I didn't realize they had that kind of interest, because I don't even know I don't even know what I'm getting on my money at home. 1.5%, and I think I'm on top of the heap. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll check into that. I'll look into that definitely. Should just keep my glasses on. Everybody's saying hello to each other. That's cool. So yeah, so I'm hoping that he gets it done in June. If not, I told her that if he doesn't get it done till the middle of a week and the kids aren't there, then we'll go ahead and have them jump on a bus from Bangkok and come home for 3 or 4 days and participate in the move. Um, like I said, they're excited. Everybody's excited. Her mom and dad are excited. They've never had a new home in their life. Um, they're more excited than her mom and dad are probably more excited than me and her. So it's quite interesting. It's my Thai family that I have here are extraordinary. The people are outstanding. Like I said, I just got luckier than heck. I hear horror stories all the time. I just got lucky. Let's see what I mean, we've got 5 people here. Any other questions or anything while I'm on about? Oh, and you saw did anybody get a chance to see the little promo I did on her practicing for her? You know, my wife sent me a big long thing about that one with the giant that she's going to be, and somebody was asking. I think it was Mr. Mitch or maybe Robert. I still have to write them back. They commented on how they like the culture and the stories that are told and stuff like that. And it's fascinating. This one, I guess, tells a whole story. And maybe when I do it, we're leaving on Thursday and stay until Sunday next week. It's the 12th. She'll do it. Maybe I'll have my wife either jump in on a live stream after I post it the next day, or while I'm making the video, when I get back, I'll have her come on and maybe explain a lot of the things that were going on in the video, because it interests me too, and I don't bug her when we're there because everybody's trying to be quiet. Anybody still there? Oh, I guess you're still there. I don't know what happened. My internet, I'm supposed to have the best in the world because she works for TOT and we have TOT internet. Okay, so mine did come through. I don't know what I was saying. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought now. Oh, I don't have a ton of money in the banks. I have money in property. Um, I probably will end up, Tom, bringing some of it here. I'm going to definitely check out the investment stuff that you're talking about, because I think I'm gonna, within the next year or two, I'm gonna sell everything that I have in the U.S. Um, I'll give my kids a chunk of dough out of it, and then come here and live my life out. But I didn't know they were having that kind of investment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I saw that too. I I've always thought of the stock market as a gambling, and I don't gamble much anymore because I'm a fanatic with it and I don't trust myself. And so I just don't. I've got a lot of friends that have made a lot of money in the stock market, and they're very sharp. And I could have easily just said, "Here's some money," and they would have taken care of me, and I would have felt perfectly confident. But I didn't do it. And like I said, the last 3 or 4 years, after my wife passed away in 2018, I really didn't care about anything. Now I care again, thank God. But I definitely am going to check into some of that stuff. Um, it's you know, ever since I've been in Thailand, all my relatives, all my friends, everything from the very first time that I got out of ICU and could actually start talking to people again, they all said, "Oh, you're so lucky and better off that you're in Thailand and not here." And they still say that right now. Um, I don't. And I agree. I mean, we're pretty much wide open here. I mean, I bought that Asia Air Pass for me and my wife, and we're going to start booking stuff. Even if she doesn't go, I'll take off, fly to. I think they're going to start flying to Rayong, according to Teacher Thomas. If they do that, I'll fly to Bangkok, get a flight out of Bangkok to Rayong. I told them I'd come down for breakfast. Hell, I don't care. And then come back, spend a day or two there, and then we'll probably go to Hua Hin. I want to go to Chiang Mai. I've never been either, as my wife. I want to do a lot of some traveling and maybe do some traveling videos too. Let's see, what am I missing? Bitcoin. I'll tell you a funny story about Bitcoin. Yeah, yeah. About, shoot, I want to say 2 months ago. My mind is, with everything that's happened in the last even 5-10 years, uh, I don't. My recollection of things isn't that fantastic. Well, Noi came home one day and said, "Hey, this Bitcoin is like $30,000 a piece." I'm going, "You're kidding me." She said, "No, they're thinking about at work doing something, or I don't know if it was that much. It was a lot of money." And I'm going, I said, "I think that I bought some of that stuff, but I can't tell you when I did. Can't tell you who I bought it from." Well, I spent a whole day because I bought like $40. So I thought I had 40 coins. That's a lot of money. So I'll be darned if I didn't find the place that I bought it from, got a hold of them, couldn't remember my name or my password. They couldn't give it to me real quick. It took like a week. So she had about all that money spent thinking it was going to be there. Well, I guess I only bought it like 3 years ago or something, 4 years ago. I guess if I would have bought it 10 years ago, it'd have been worth like $250,000 or something. So anyway, it's worth like, I don't know, $65 or something. But anyway, thought it was funny, little story. But I don't know that much about, Bitcoin. Yeah, I think all that, I don't know. Like I said, my friends that live in Malibu and have a lot of money, they're all in the stock market. And they, I've talked to them before about it, and they said you got to be the kind of guy that, if we, you're saying, if we do something, when I tell you to sell, you sell. Don't matter. You don't think, oh, I think it'll go up tomorrow, and you go, you take your losses. I'll tell you when to take your losses, when to not take your losses, and you'll be fine. I guess a lot of people have trouble with getting rid of the stuff, thinking it's going to go back up, So it was better for me just to stay away. I did okay in real estate, and I've got an okay retirement, I think. And but I am going to, Tom. I will check out that check out what they have for interest and stuff like that. I did start a couple of Thai bank accounts with her, but I never even asked her what the interest rate or anything was on it. I want to put enough money. I need to have some kind of a safety net here in Thailand. So I've been working on that for a while now. So, and when we get stuff for the house, because I know when we get closer to that, we need this, we need that. The refrigerator I want's 50,000 baht. Because I'm tired of these little refrigerators. So I like to cook. I like to bake. I cook pizza all the time. A lot of Italian food. I'm Italian. My mom and my grandma taught me how to cook. I learned from one of the best chefs out of France when I was about 18, 19 years old. I really like to cook. I wasn't too fond of short order, but I did like to cook. It's going to take. Yeah, you're probably right, Andy. I come to Thailand. uh, I like I said, I tell everybody, if you can possibly do it, get here. Don't wait. Because I was, of course, my situation was a little bit different, but we were supposed to come here and we didn't. So I went ahead and just sitting at home. I just booked the trip. Well, heck, I wasn't supposed to go I think I wasn't supposed to go until the first week of January 2019, and I went in November. I said, forget it. I'm not going to sit here at home for 2 months. So, and it was the best thing I ever did. Um, got my grieving out of the way, met some really nice people, um, and now I couldn't have orchestrated anything better for the end of my life, short of my wife not dying. But my wife now, she believes that my wife helped her, and she calls her. My wife now calls my wife that passed away her guardian angel, and which makes it nice for me because I still, like, on Facebook every once in a while, I'll put some stuff about, if you have somebody that died of cancer, in heaven, that little phrases like that. And if women are jealous, it could cause a problem. And with her, she's more power down. She knows that on her birthday and the day she died and that kind of stuff, I'll write something on her Facebook page. She went on her Facebook page and, called her her angel. So it's nice. Like I said, I got lucky. I got real lucky. Well, we keep picking up. Oh, Bob's on there. How you doing, Bob? Bob's one of the guys I was just talking about that I met when I first came here. He's a good man. He's got a good wife. In fact, he says he's going to come here in April to visit me. I don't know if I told you, Bob. If you've seen on mine, I bought that Air Asia pass, so I can actually fly to Bangkok, fly from Bangkok to Udon. So if that's the case, I might fly out for the weekend because I already paid for the tickets. I don't know, the same one I had last year, if you remember that. Yeah, refrigerator size, no doubt. Hey, Az. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was all actually for Jeff, and Jeff's not here. It was for this can I deposit my Social Security directly, have it deposited from the U.S. into a Thai bank, and I went to the bank, and so they gave me the paperwork, and just to refresh everybody in case you don't want to go back and look at it, the lady there pulled the file of somebody that came in, didn't need a paper like I needed from immigration, said you need to fill out this form, you need a copy of your Social Security card, and you need to get a certified copy of your passport from the U.S. Embassy. I had to do it in Bangkok when I got my marriage deal together, but I'm imagining you can do it before you come to Thailand. And that's the only three things. But like I said, that was at 11 o'clock Thai time in Surin at a certain branch, and it could change tomorrow. So my suggestion is, yes, there's pretty good 99% chance you can do that. But I would come, relax, settle in, go to Bangkok Bank, have them explain everything to you, get exactly what you need. Even if you need something from immigration, it's not a big deal. But she said most definitely you can have your Social Security deposited straight into a Thai bank. Yeah, Chinese flu crisis. I'm I'm always welcome or not always welcome. I'm sure you meant always welcome. I hope, unless I pissed you off. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, Bob's a good man. Um, kind of miss him. I was going when I was in Kamala. His wife had and him had a coffee shop that I would go to every morning, have my coffee, have my breakfast, come back in the afternoon, shoot the crap, and have a smoothie. It was my place of choice and great company. So I kind of miss that. I don't know anybody here. I know you guys. So I guess I'm kind of getting my jonesing of talking to somebody done here, which I didn't think I would do because I hate to hear my voice. I hate to see myself, but I guess I've gotten over it because I've been doing quite a few of these. Although it is building up the watch hours and all that kind of stuff. And I think I'm almost up to 150 subs, 148, something like that. Pretty close. But Yeah, I don't know how close everybody is to getting here, but like I said, if it's at all possible, it sounds like Jeff's pretty close. Um, but even if you're going to come and you're retired, but you're not going to retire here, but you want to come and spend a couple of months, I think they're really going to do something once everybody starts getting this vaccine gets out. Thailand has to open up, man. They can't go like this uh, for much longer. And I think that they're already loosening up now. Hell, I saw the other day on, I think it was the Tiger News, and they've got a golf uh, 14-day quarantine now. You can go to a big fancy hotel, mostly, of course, Chinese and Japanese, uh, and you can do your quarantine there. You have to spend 3 days in the room. The rest of the time, you can tour the grounds and play golf and do whatever you want. But I think they're going to get to a point where if you have the vaccine and you do the COVID test before you come, they're going to let. And I'm guessing, this is only my guess, I'm hoping and guessing September, maybe August. But it sure would be nice. They need to. The people need. How they're surviving here is truly amazing. But like I said, they'll go out and work their whole day for 50 baht. And that's enough to keep their lights on, feed their children, feed their mom and dad. If they have to eat rice, they eat rice. They're amazing people, no doubt. Amazing people. Mr. Mitch, how you doing? Did I miss anything? I don't know. It does. I made her show it to me 2 or 3 times, Andy, and she actually showed me and opened up a file of somebody that had opened up a bank account there recently, like probably yesterday, and showed me the paperwork in there, and it was the certified copy um, of the passport from the embassy, a copy of the social security card, this form, and it was done. Had the bank account, and he was on a tourist visa. So, like I said, a lot of people say we don't know. We think maybe you can. No, you can't. I've heard everything. All I know is that I did, and 8 or 10 people that I know have also gotten bank accounts on tourist visas. But, I don't know. Did I finish up with what I was saying? Oh, I think, like I said, we were talking about the Thai dance too. It is absolutely amazing to watch. I'm hoping I can get some good footage. I'm going to bring the M3, and I'm going to bring on a gimbal, and I'm going to bring my handheld D70 Canon full size, and hopefully get some good footage. And like I said, I will. It's very interesting. She sent me. It's on this phone, on my 8. She sent me like 3 paragraphs online of exactly what this particular dance represents, with the monkeys and the giant and the war and stuff. So I will definitely put that into the video when I do, and I will try to get her to come on, either do a live stream with her, or while I'm making the video, I'll have her come on and kind of explain um, uh, what's going on. Yeah, I know everybody I know, Bob. But I've heard it like with other vloggers and stuff that I watch online. I can't tell you who. I don't remember, but just people that would call it. Oh, I tried and I couldn't, and you can't. Oh, yes, you can. And no, you can't. So, like I said, I can only know on the people I know and what I got myself. Uh, I didn't like when I said earlier. I don't know how many people were on there or have watched the other one. I wanted to get a second bank account or savings account. Um, so I had 2 savings accounts, and they would not give it to me on the tourist visa. They said I did need to have um, a retirement visa. So, and I got the retirement visa, and bang, bang, it was easy. Walked in, walked out, uh, had it all. And it's so much easier when you have a Thai friend, a Thai girlfriend, or a Thai wife. Makes life so much easier. Um, I was hoping that I could pick up on speaking Thai, and I'm having a hard time with it. I guess teaching an old dog new tricks never was much fun going to school, and I think that's what I need to do. I think I need to go. I've been threatening for a year to go find a teacher, and in fact, I think, Bob, I was threatening to do that in Kamala. Uh, yeah, exactly. And I tried to express that in the video too. Don't ever lose your cool, man. When I was at when I was getting my renewal on my on my um, retirement visa, it was outside. They don't even let anybody in Surin, and they have a carport. Under the carport, they've got chairs spaced outside, and they've got a table set up with the plastic in front of it. And now I've known the guy there because of my particular instance. Nitnoy got my visa finished while I was actually sitting in intensive care with a tube in my mouth. She finished up the paperwork, and the guy was real sympathetic to my situation. So we kind of became as much friends as you can. But there was a French guy there, and or German guy, I'm sorry, and his Thai wife, all she was doing was apologizing for him. And I'm watching these two, and I'm looking at their faces, the two immigration officers, and I'm trying not to laugh because this guy don't have a snowball's chance in hell of getting anything done, nothing. And when they came out with the, oh, okay, yeah, you're fine. Okay, I knew he was done. And they left about 20 minutes later, and I don't know what happened. But if you go in with the anticipation that nine out of 10 times, I've got this much paper and I'm going to be missing something. So I'm going to be going back. And like I said before, it's kind of a bummer because in Surin, I'm an hour's drive from immigration. It's close to the border, and they put it there because it was close to the border. Um, so that made it kind of a pain. So we ended up going 3 times. But and a couple of things that they told me were true. I said, do I need a year bank statement? Oh, no, 6 months is fine. 6 months. Went back the next day with that. No, you got to have a year. It takes a week, just so everybody knows. It takes a week to get a 1 year bank statement because they cannot do it in the local branches. They have to send it to Bangkok. Bangkok puts it together, sends it back to them, and then you pick it up. So it takes a week. But now that I know that, before I go the next time, I should have everything, unless something changes, and it very well could. You never know. But does anybody else have any kind of questions on anything banking? I think we went over a lot of the stuff, and the only person, like I said, Jeff was the one that asked the question. I hope he watches this after I end the live stream. But it was definitely because I sat for a while. When I put it up, I had like 0 people for 2 or 3 minutes. So I said maybe I should just do it, and then when I stop, it'll get reposted and somebody will watch it or something. But hopefully, I'm going to try starting to do more videos because it keeps me busy. I got a lot of good input on the little video that I did about asking what people would like to see. Everybody was great. So I've got a couple other ideas, and started doing videos, I guess. I enjoy it. I'm kind of used to looking at my mug, even though, like I said, I take down the mirrors in the house because I think I'm only 35. And when I see this, I'm going, no, you're older than dirt now. Because I never thought that I would make it to 40. So I'm on like top of the world because I got 24 years in the bank of extra time that I figured I wasn't going to have. So, but uh, I've kind of gotten used to it. I kind of like the live stream things. Um, Hopefully, I can get more people. I know that Joe, Foreigner Joe, is going to do. I don't know if you guys watch him or not, but he's been putting on. He went with one channel with Gift, so they just have one channel, Foreigner Joe and Gift, or Gift and Foreigner Joe, and he's going to put up. I talked to him because we're both building a house at the same time, so I did talk to him, and he said that he's going to put up some of the older ones, and he's going to put up mine, and then put a link to it, and because I think he has like 30 or 40,000 subs, so that'll help. Just the stuff from Teacher and just being on and watching other people's channels. People have been, so I'm getting like 2 or 3 a day, So I mean that's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I just wanted to get to 100, so I'm on top of the world. Let's see. Hi, Lucky Leo. I haven't seen you before. How much did they pay me in Gladiator? Let's see. What did Bob have? I wish that I was in the movie. I'm glad they do. I mean, it's hard for me, hard for me to talk like this, or it has been anyway. But it I'm glad the people that I've met so far have been great. Thanks, Mitch, for putting that up. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'm not really used to doing it, so hopefully I'll get better and better and better, which I think I am. I've looked at some of the other stuff that I've done. First off, the stuff that I did in the beginning, I never talked, I never did anything on. So yeah, Joe's a great guy. I thought Lucky Leo. I thought maybe he was going to be my first troll, but he says maybe the wrong guy. I don't know. Yeah, Joe's a great guy. When I went to Hua Hin by myself. I rented a scooter, spent 4 or 5 days there, and 2 of the days I took off. I rented a PCX, and I went down to Pachuap Currycon. I love that place too. If I wasn't here, I'd probably be there. So I don't know if anybody else has been down there. It sounds like that you have, Andy. But it's in Bangkok. It's Pachuap's an awesome place. Thanks, Lucky. But it's a gorgeous place. If you like I said, I looked at I don't know much about the analytics and all this kind of stuff from YouTube. I'm naive to it all. But I noticed that my demographic age, everybody that's on there is between 55 and 65. That age group is 100%. But and I think I'm like 90, 80 something percent men, which kind of makes sense. I'm hoping Sue's great, and the people, the gals that are watching, I think it's all the same information, Yeah, I think he's getting ready. He just did a video yesterday, Andy, and so he said that part 5, I think, of his is coming soon. My guys are like, I went over there today, and I said earlier, I don't know if everybody heard, but when I went there the other day, they were bending a whole crap load of steel. And I'm looking at the house. I got back. I told my wife, I said, man, the stuff they're bending doesn't look like it's for our house. Well, come to find out, he's just started another one. They did the groundbreaking ceremony yesterday, and all the steel that he did there. And I asked her if it was close to our house, and she said yes. And I said, well, it kind of makes sense because he's still bending steel for our house, and to move all his equipment over there and do it didn't make sense. So I got about half a crew working on my house the last 2 or 3 days. So I'll voice myself to her and let her voice it to him, um, and they'll get back on it. He's a good guy. He's trying to make money just like everybody else in the world. I thought you didn't sleep, Mitch. Everybody tells me Mr. Mitch does not sleep. I said, well, now we know that's not true. Um, yeah, I did. I put out two today, I think. One on the banking and one a little short clip on Thai dance that our oldest daughter is practicing for, and we're going. It's on the 12th in Bangkok. We're leaving on the 11th and stay until that Sunday, and I'm going to do a video on the Thai dance. Um, she's really good, man. She's been doing it since she was like 4 or 5. I don't know. I don't know if I told you guys the story. She's 18 now. When she was 15, she's so good in the school there that whenever they open a big C or they open anything, they call the school and they say, "Do you have anybody that can do Thai dance at our opening?" And we'll pay them. And they always said Sim. So at 15 years old, she had enough money to buy her mom a brand new Honda Snoopy, scooter. You're a 15-year-old kid. You see that happening in the United States? I can't. I don't even think my kids. Yeah, my son's pretty good. He's a pretty good kid, but the kids here are totally different. But yeah, bought her a brand new. She still has it. Still drives it to this day. So we're gonna go there. I wasn't gonna go. Um, Mitch does not sleep. You're right. But she asked last night. She said, "Come on, I want you to go. I want you to go." I said, "All right, all right." You'd really like it, as excellent channel, great guy. Ask me whatever you want about the house. I'm still going to ask him about that. That's one of my questions. I think they just do air gaps. I'm going to check into it and see maybe if I might. I think I want to do some kind of insulation up in the ceiling and then vent the like we do in the States with a with a vent and a gable end or something, or under an eave, and put it on a temperature sensor, and at least vent that out of there, because I couldn't even imagine what the attic air temperature must be. But I think they say they just open up, one end and the other, and they get cross flow or something. I don't like to depend on cross flow. And the way that I like to run my air conditioner, anything that I can do to save, because right now somebody could get a very nice 1 bedroom place here in Surin on the money I spend for electric, 55,000, 5,500. It's, but I have the ponds and I have everything, so it doesn't matter. It's stuff that I like. So yeah. So as soon as I do, Bob, I'll either write you directly or maybe I'll do it in one of the videos. The walls, he's using some high grade, very expensive brick. It's not like just your normal run of the mill brick. It's a high end deal. And I don't know what the insulation value is of it, but he said, "This is the brick you want." I said, "Okay, give me that brick then," because I don't know, you know. Um, the only places that were building brick stuff that I knew of was back in Connecticut. You know, they had a lot of block and brick houses and stuff like that. All the stuff I grew up with in the San Fernando Valley was all, wood framed and drywall. But we'll see. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I want to get in. I want to get set up. I want to do the landscaping. I mean, I'm excited too. She's really excited. And like I said, the kids are besides themselves, and her mom and dad have smiles from ear to ear because they never pictured that they'd ever, be part of a a new house. You watched building being built. Lightweight black. That's what I think this is. It was white. He showed me the pictures of it, but all I remember of it that it was white. Yeah, and I can also talk to him and find out, or maybe find somebody around here. I know that there are some guys on YouTube that are English guys that are builders here, and they would probably know, because I know that one of them, Joe, was going to actually think about having them build, and the guy builds big places, but I guess he already had like two or three going, and Joe didn't want to wait, so he went with this guy, and he's happy with the guy. They're doing a whole different. I don't know, when you do get a chance to watch his last video on the house. This guy is going to drill down into the dirt and put in like a tube with a spray on the end and spray the chemical down in. I don't know if you watched mine, but and then what he'll do, he'll come back every year and see if there's any termites. If there's termites, he'll treat it again. But if there's not, he won't do anything, and he'll do that for 3 years. But Joe said he only paid $8,000. I paid $14,000, and they ran that tubing around the inside of the whole foundation, and they just hook up to the outside, and it's almost like a giant mister system. If anybody knows what a mister system is, it's almost exactly like that. And they come every 4 months and just stick it, because it's under my understanding. Not only did I do it because of the termites, but I did it because of it kills all sorts of other bugs. And we had a problem in this house with ants and crap. And I had problems before in the past at my house in Bass Lake with ants and shit. So he'll come every 4 months, and that 14,000 included 3 years every 4 months. With the hand saw, I'll have definitely, as soon as they start bringing all that stuff in. Thanks, Mitch. I'll check that out. I will definitely put up a video right away about once they get just the blocks delivered to the job site, which will probably be fairly soon. I'm guessing within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe before. I'm hoping before, but. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to watch. The amount of steel and the amount of concrete this guy put into this house. Her children's children will still be living in there, I'm sure. I'm hoping that her kids are going to end up with the house. It's going to be a nice house. They do have another place. And then we did get one rye or land from her mother gave us in Ubon. And I think we're going to build a fish pond out there, a natural one with like tilapia and stuff like that for the kids to fish in and swim, whatever they want to do. And we're going to put a little 1 or 2 bedroom Thai style, cheaper house on just to visit. She's got a lot of family, her aunts and stuff there in Ubon. So, and then they have a place right in Surin that she lived, and they're pretty much set. I don't know if I told everybody, let me see. And Bob might be able to give me a little input on this, because I think we had talked about this before. I think it was Dana that asked me from Bangkok Strange about Social Security. And I'm almost positive, Bob, me and you talked about it. And I'm going to try to write them directly, but they gave me, and I think they gave you the same input, was, yeah, sure, your Thai wife can get your Social Security. Just come on back to the United States, live here for 10 years, and she'll get it. Well, hell, I'll be dead in 10 years. So that ain't going to happen. Plus, she don't want to go. But I do have another retirement. And I was kind of curious about it because I get it when I turn 65 in December. So at 2:30 a.m. in the morning, I got a hold of my own union. They gave me the number for the pension fund. I ended up talking to a lady, which really helped. She told me how much I was going to get. And what she told me was, yes, they honor a Thai marriage license, although they want it converted into English. They want copies of whatever she's got, whatever I've got. She sent me a list. My mom just uh, told me yesterday that they sent a package there and of everything that I need. I can apply in October. I have to have been married for a year. So I was married in September. So it'll just be a year in October. I can do it all over. I thought I was going to have to go there. It's in Frisco, San Francisco, which isn't far from three and a half hours from where my house is there. And so I was way at ease because I can take less money now, which I can because I don't need it all. And then when I pass away, she gets not that amount, but she gets a lesser amount, which is more than what she makes working at TOT. She'll get that until she dies. So I wanted to make sure that was done because I didn't want it to go to waste, For me to take an extra $300 it doesn't make a difference to me. I've got enough income to live. I don't need to be extravagant, and I've got plenty. So I'll have that done. I'll rest easy when I get it done. They tell me everything's cool, and I start getting my my check. She said I'll get it in January, and she also needed a death certificate of my wife. So I must have already done this at some point. Put my wife and did the same thing at the time. But it also goes, the amount that she'll get after I die goes off of how old she is, and she's young. So she would have got more if she was older, but because she's only 41, then she gets a little bit less. But like I said, still over what she makes at TOT. So let's see, what did I get here? Am I miss anything? Thailand must have some badass bugs. Yeah, they do. I'm putting in a plunge pool, Andy. It's going to be about 3.5. I haven't decided exactly. Either 3.5 or 4 meters square. It's going to have some like jacuzzi jets in it, and it's going to be about up to here to me and up to her neck. So what is that? Maybe 1.5 meters, 1.4 meters, 1.2 meters, something like that. But a little plunge pool, and it will be covered. So will the pond, and we'll have a little outside area there to relax and that kind of stuff. I hope I have 20 left. According to my doctor, he says I do. Thanks, Andy. Swimming with the fish. Yeah, I could do that too. I've done it before. At my house in Agua Dulce, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with California, but if you know where Magic Mountain is, I was about a 20-minute drive from Magic Mountain in a canyon out there. Had 5 acres, and I have seven ponds on it. I was breeding koi, and the one in the back was my grow-on little pond, and I would jump in that. It was like 12-foot square and about 6.5 feet deep, and I would jump in that. So yeah, wouldn't be the first time. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping you're going to come here. You're going to come and visit me, Mitch, Andy. Everybody's coming. Andy says he's coming to live, so I guess I'm going to have to build a separate house for Andy. But I hope everybody comes. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this. We're hoping to be done in June, July. We're going to have the big party in October, first week or so of October. It's going to be both a wedding, the traditional end of the wedding with the monk and all that stuff, and also the house warming. We're going to do all at one giant party. So you're definitely invited if you're here in Thailand. The more the merrier. Like I said, these people know how to have a good time. That's for sure. Yeah, that's basically all it's for. It's just a little plunge pool. The kids, the lot's small. I might try to buy the place next door if I ever get the money, and if I can find out who it is and if they want to sell it. But the kids, if you saw that Serenity place in Koh Chang that we stayed at that had the, who was it that said there was the white whale? That was me in the plunge pool on the roof. Kids loved that. And so that's what they said. We just need something like that. It's fine. Anything for them. I think Thai people that I've met so far are so, my wife is so easy to please, you know. It's she says she's the luckiest woman in the world. I say I'm the luckiest man, you know. Would she have be able to do the things she's doing now without me? No. Um, would I be dead without her? More than likely, I would have died in Kamala. I'm sure I wouldn't have went to the doctor. I would have just sitting in the room. Bob probably would have they would have probably said, "Hey, can you come over, and we haven't seen Dave in a week, and there's an awful smell coming from the place he's living in." I'm sure I would have just, you know, stopped breathing and been dead. So she's a wonderful woman. I am the luckiest man in Thailand and the world, and she's the first one to say that she's the luckiest. So um, everything just worked out way awesome. You'll try. uh, I hope so. I hope so. I hope everybody comes. Right now, I think I need about a sixth and seventh bedroom, Mitch, the way it looks. We are going to put in, it's 175,000 baht. It's a 3 meter by 3 meter, very nice, well built house or little guest house. She wants to make it a guest house. It has a bathroom. The whole roof is a patio, has stairs going up the side, and they crane them in, set them on concrete pillars, and that's the whole price, 1.7, or 170,000, not 1.7, 170,000. So she wants it. She'll put a couple of folding couches or day beds or something, so when somebody comes, they can all sleep on the roof. You can sleep inside. I'll put an air conditioner, of course. It'll have its own septic system. It'll have its. I'm going to put solar a solar pump as an extra well. Plus, we'll get city water, and it'll have its own tank. It'll all be self-contained. So if somebody wants to come, spend a few days, they come, man. More the merrier. Like I said, I haven't went out and met like I met Bob. I haven't went out and went to coffee shops or anything like that. And I need to meet some people. There are a lot of expats here, and I haven't met any of them yet. I met one real nice guy, and he's got a YouTube channel too. Yeah, I spent many a night in a doghouse myself, Mitch. Yeah, I think it's going to be nice. We'll have time. She's really into plants. She's got a green thumb. We'll have a grass area. It'll be more on the manicured side, and but everything has to have its own little niche. But I think the best part's going to be in between the pond and the plunge pool. There's going to be a deck there with a table and maybe 6 chairs. And like I said, that whole area will be covered. Maybe put in a couple of overhead fans, maybe a refrigerator out there, maybe a TV. I don't know, but make it nice. I was really surprised in the cool weather that we've had in Surin. I wasn't prepared for that. It was awesome. Like I said, a couple of times I got up and ended up having to take her to work or drive in the morning, and I almost needed a jacket. And that's saying a lot because I could take cold weather. And she got me one, of course, because that's just the way she is. But it's still under my seat. But I think I want to say it was December, January, at least December and January, and most of February was very mild temperatures. And I really enjoyed that because I was only in Kamala for 8 months, and I don't remember everything, but I remember it being hot all the time. And it is starting to get hot here now. Yeah, and there's no one around there either, Mitch. I believe 2 doors down. I believe they're going to pour that whole road in concrete. And the guy, there's a lot next to me. Then there's a half a lot that a monk owns, and then there's another half a lot, and then there's another full size lot. That full size lot, the guy put up for 1.2. He had the sign on it for not even a week. I was over there one day, and he was with a younger couple. And when we drove by there the other day, the sign is gone, and my wife said, "Oh no, they bought it. They bought it for 900,000." So I'm hoping that we can one day afford the lot next door. That would be ideal, because then we could have a bigger garden. We could even have a little fish pond as far as for tilapia and that kind of stuff. But we'll make do with what we got. She bought and paid for that lot herself and got a hell of a deal on it, and paid it off. So she owned that outright. Went to the bank, got a loan. She did it all. But I've never seen people so giddy about stuff. But when you're not used to having something and you have it, it's a big deal, I guess. Well, I know it is, because if I have something that I want and I don't have, I get giddy too, I guess. The wrong side of the road. Oh, that was. I'm used to that now with my scooter. Even used to it with the truck, driving the truck. But I'll tell you what, it's hard for me is shifting with my left hand. I mean, I grew up with 3 speeds on the tree and 4 speeds on the floor and 6 speeds, and everything was shifting. I always had manual cars, Mustangs, always, and that I still have a hard time with. I don't like. She usually drives around town. I don't even want to be bothered with it. It would aggravate me more than anything else. Plus, they don't like the way that I drive. Anyway, her or her mother or the kids. But on the longer trips, when we go to Gochang, she doesn't like to drive in the mountains. She gets a little scared and stuff. So, but out on the open road, I mean, you put it in high gear, and you're going hours before you have to shift with the thing. So, but the scooter, I'm pretty much, because I want to say it was November, so December, January, February. It's been a year and 3 months since I was back in the States. I've got a granddaughter that just turned a year old in February. That was born when I was in basically a coma in the hospital here in Thailand. So I got to get home, got to meet her. My son has 4 children. So I'm going to take a month. Hopefully Nitnoy is going to go with me. If she goes with me, I'll probably only do 3. But 3 is really all I need, because when I figured the 4, I was in anticipation that I was going to need to go to my pension place and, take her with me, because I wanted to make sure that everything is right. So when I get this paperwork back from them, all filled out, it should say her name, her birth date, everything as, once they accept, that's all I need. I just need them to accept her as my wife. And she said all they need for that is the Thai license translated to English, and you need to have been married for a year. So once that is, I'll sleep a lot better at night, because then I'll know anything happens to me, she's set forever. Her kids are set forever, and her mom and dad are set forever. And, I'll feel a lot better about things. Yeah, I think, anything, Andy, that is on the less expensive side, they're going to buy. Here in Surin, 80% of the scooters here are waves. And the reason is because they only had Kickstarters. Now I think they have electric start. But basically, it was the cheapest scooter that Honda has here in Thailand. And and that's why they buy it. They don't care about kickstarting it. They don't. Then most of the time they kickstart them anyway because they don't want to put a battery in there because the battery costs money. So they'll just keep kickstarting it after the battery dies. But they to me and you and probably every other person, expat or foreigner or whatever that had made a decent living, is retired, has a decent retirement. The 100 baht, 50 baht, it's like nothing. To them, it's everything. I mean, they could take 100 baht and feed a family of 4 for 2 days, you know. But I've learned more respect for them and the money because it's hard. I mean, if I leave big tips. My mom was in the restaurant business forever, and she was a single mom. She took care of me. 80% of her income was her tips. So I just grew up that way. So I always overtip, always. And Noi kind of has me rein back a little bit, but I have to tip. I mean, I can't just let somebody, give me food and bring me drinks and keep pouring putting ice in my glass and all that and not give them anything. But they don't expect it. They do not expect it. Yeah, I think so everywhere. And that's why, because they're reasonable and they don't mind, they don't care as long as it runs and starts. And as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen here and from what I've experienced pretty much my whole life, besides I'm basically only owned Harleys for the majority of my life. But when I was young, I had a Honda 90 that I drove to, 7th grade and got my mom called into school for that. But anyway, Hondas have always been. I've got Honda generators, probably the best generator around. I've got 2 of them at my house. I got a 1,000-watt and a 2,000-watt. Honda's just, that PCX was awesome. I do have this SYM, and I really like it. But that's because I drove an older Forza, and I didn't like the balance of the Forza. Now, what I heard is the 350 and the newer style Forzas are real nice. So will I end up with one? Maybe, because plus I'm having a hard time finding an SYM dealer. And Honda, I mean, driving from here to my wife's work, I pass 6, and it's only like 5 miles away. So it's like, you never have to worry about it if you're out, because I'll hop on it. When I was in Camelon, I drove my PCX to Krabi. It was a 5-hour ride, So you definitely want something that you trust and feel comfortable with. See, will I miss anything? No tipping in Australia. Okay. It was kind of the same way in Costa Rica too, but I'll tell you what, in the tourist towns, because of expats always giving it, they came to look at you weird if you didn't give them anything. But here, most of the time, where I would normally give somebody 150 baht, she'll have me give me 20, maybe 40 baht, and she said they'll be way happy with that. Okay. But like I said, I like to. I've always wanted, wherever I lived or anything, I wanted to give my patronage to the local restaurants, the local hardware store, all the little people, as far as I'm concerned. Did I go to Home Depot and stuff for bigger jobs? Yeah, but I tried to give them the work, and I do the same here. If I can help out the little person, I'm more for doing that. I have 3 dragons on my back. I've got, let's see. I've got my wife that passed away. I don't know if you can see that. I got my wife that passed away on my arm. I did that 3 days after she died. I have Harley wings that are probably older than a lot of the people that are watching me. I got this when I was 14. I had this dragon put up here probably 20 years ago. And then the same with this one. This was the first tattoo I got right before the Harley Wings. It's a black rose of death. And how I talked my mom into not killing me is her name is Rose. So I told her, Mom, I got it for you. She didn't find out till years later that it was the black rose of death. And then I had this rose here that's supposed to be red and this put on. And I'm going to have this one redone. I'm going to have the red redone, and I might have some of the dragon stuff on my back redone. I really like them. I like tattoos, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Everybody always asks me, did it hurt? Did it hurt? Well, hell yeah, they're sticking needles in you. You know, I'm a big guy. When am I say no, it doesn't hurt? I mean, can I tolerate it? Yeah, I can tolerate it, but it hurts. You know, especially in certain places. On the forearm here, it was a lot more painful than I thought it was going to be. What did Andy right here? Yeah, you know, I think I told you before was about Australia. I got a bunch of family. Half of my family as went to um, what was it, Sydney, and half of them went to New York from Italy. And I have like 150 relatives there. And one of them that I took care of when he came out here as a kid, 18, I think he was. He's now 50 or something. Has 4 kids. Great guy. Um, he has offered and said, just come. We'll figure, you know. But I talked to a lot of people. The hotels are extremely expensive. The food's extremely expensive. Everything's expensive. So, you know, I still want to go. It's still on my bucket list. I do want to see it. We're kind of lucky because our whole family, even if I was to go to Italy, which is on my bucket list also, you can't buy anything. You can't not eat. They just feed you until you fall over dead. Um, and they won't let you stay anywhere. You have to stay in their home, one of them's. And so it makes it a little bit easier when it's expensive like that. To come to Thailand, and when I was in Costa Rica, I had a big mansion up on the side of a hill overlooking the ocean, 5 bedroom, 5 bathroom, big contemporary, 6,000 square foot home, infinity pool. It was awesome. And I just went there. I think it was what is it called? When you hit your life crisis. Anyway, I went there and my wife didn't want to come. I said, I'm going. I need to get out of here. And I had all my friends and family came there, and my mom came. They had a ball. The place was gorgeous. And even here in Thailand, they want to come. They're more than welcome to stay. I'm going to have some friends come. I'm hoping about 6 or 8 of them when we do the deal in October. I told them to come for at least 2 weeks. We'll do a 2-day deal here in Surin, and then we'll fly down to Phuket. And I've hit about 6 or 8 nice hotels there. I'll book like 3 or 4 of them, 2-3 days each, and we'll just go with them. Me and Noy will go with the 6 friends and whoever else wants to go, and go and check out Phuket, because that's probably the easiest. You can get a little bit of everything. I stayed in some real nice places there, so that's a semi plan. But we'll see if they can even make it. I don't know. Who knows? I'm down to 10% battery. I never charge my phone. I keep forgetting. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I think what I'm going to do, I appreciate everybody's input on stuff. Um, I'm going to do another video, I think, tomorrow. I'll probably do another live stream on Monday or something. And what I think I'm going to try to do this next time is, I know it now, kind of getting the hang of it, on how I can put it in there so you'll get notified that in 30 minutes, Gotta Love Thailand's going to do a live stream. So I'll try to do that so we can get people on. Hopefully, Joe, I don't know how else to go about getting more subs. I know Mitch has gotten me a bunch just by posting my stuff on teachers and everybody else's channel, and I sure do appreciate it. But all right, if was voted most livable city in the world. Wow. Yeah, if I ever do, well, I'm definitely going to keep in touch. Midlife, you're right. Yeah, midlife crisis. I also bought a 2003 Cabriolet Porsche, um, and loved that car. Awesome. Um, and it was the one I bought the 2003 because it had low mileage, and 2003 was the first year they put the glass window in the back of the soft top, and I really loved it. I only had it for 2 years, and I sold it, got rid of it. But yeah, midlife between that and Costa Rica, damn near screwed up my whole life. But luckily, everything worked out. But anyway, I will make sure that I put it on. Uh, we'll see everybody later. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for your support, and everybody have a great day and stay safe. See you later.